This is Fake History of America 3, and in this episode I'm going to show you some hidden caves in the Grand Canyon and also some ancient monuments. Let's investigate. First of all, I wanted to respond to some of the comments I received yesterday on my American Fake History episode 2, and some of you mentioned that this is not mud clearing but horse dung clearing. Well, interesting, because I see that all over the place, so much horse dung all over the road. Wow. The other thing was the beach towels, and it became a beach towel conspiracy. And instead of me responding to some of the comments, let me read for you some responses from others. Yes, I've heard about the no beach towel thing a while back, but what I notice is where all the animals, where are the birds, where the seagulls, where are the dogs? Where is one little baby? Is anybody holding a baby? No, they all seem to be gathered on that part of the beach. There's more beach and no people. Excellent video, thank you. No family groups. Very few young children, hardly any. They had continental zeppelins but had no towels. They had steam engines and tramways but pick up horse shit into rain piles. Far too many people. No food, no drink, no trash. None of the buildings have any signs of habitation either. I wonder what these well-suited people did for work. They were all investment bankers, traders and software developers. What I notice is that there isn't any trash anywhere, and no trash cans anywhere. The pic you showed of the impeccable town with no people in it, there isn't any trash in the back, if the houses either. Not only do they not have beach towels, there's no bags, nobody carrying a bag or coat. Why? I just read, the state of New Jersey state did not have electric power until 1920s. The beach towel was invented in the 17th century. Also note how completely overdressed they are for being at the beach on the weekend maybe. The clothes are all too uniform. Many of the people look too stiff. Just looks like all these people were rounded up, given these clothes and told to act like they are enjoying a weekend on a beach. They really seem like paid extras you would see on a movie production. Many of the people seem to have just met or are alone. Very strange, looks orchestrated. The people in those pictures weren't just dressed in formal attire. They were all, and I mean 100% of everybody in every picture, were wearing brand new clothes. Even the swimwear looked brand new. Swimwear looks used right away when you wear it because it's worn outdoors and it's in the water. Those pictures were obviously staged. Nice work. Not only that, we have this mind programming from Hollywood drama movies that all of these people at that age were wearing this night clothing. This is utter bullshit. People back then also had usual casual clothing. Next, I want to talk to you about the Grand Canyon and some interesting finds there. There's this article on ancient code. Did the Smithsonian cover up an ancient Egyptian colony in the Grand Canyon? And there is this article from the Arizona Gazette in 1909 saying explorations in Grand Canyon and mysteries of immense rich cavern being brought to light. Jordan is enthused. Remarkable finds indicate ancient people migrated from Orient. And here is a quote from the article. Discoveries which almost conclusively prove that the race which inhabited this mysterious cavern, hewn in solid rock by human hands, was of Oriental origin, possibly from Egypt, tracing back to Ramses. If their theories are borne out by the translation of tablets engraved with hieroglyphs, the mysteries of the prehistoric peoples of North America, their ancient arts, who they were and whence they came, will be solved. Egypt and the Nile and Arizona and the Colorado will be linked by a historical chain running back to ages which staggers the wildest fancy of the fictionists. And the investigator was called Mr. Kincaid, and that's why they called the cave Kincaid's Cave. I also found this article with the location of the Kincaid's Cave, so if you want to explore them, maybe you can read this article. I also wanted to show you this YouTube video by Kernal Panic, and this is in the Grand Canyon, and they found a nice cavern where inside was a waterfall, and this water stream, it's really nice. Look at that. Inside the cavern there is a waterfall. Here are some pictures of the Grand Canyon, and as you can see on the right side, there are some houses built in the rock. What on earth? How did people access this? You know what I mean? So you think that this Grand Canyon was created by the river Colorado. That's what we are told, right? Bullshit. I don't believe any of that. You know, this small river would have created this? You know, give me a break. I believe that the Grand Canyon was some kind of ancient culture and they just blew it up. They came and they created some kind of cataclysm event. They created fire and brimstone or whatever it was, and all of that was left is this, stones. But don't tell me that these people were bringing up their food up here to the stone house, or, you know, with ropes they were climbing up every time. I mean, give me a break. This is just a remainder from the blast of whatever it was. They nuked them, they bombed them, or whatever it was, and all was left is just a line for the river that was created. Probably the Colorado River wasn't even there before, or it was having a different route, and it was perhaps a lake before, and now they created this line where the water had to flow. So, I mean, this is just crazy. Look at those structures here, these stones. Does it look really natural to you that this was really done by the force of nature, by the force of the Colorado River? Here is another picture of the Grand Canyon. Look at that. I mean, these look like pyramids and houses. I don't know what was it exactly, and maybe we'll never find it out, but it doesn't look like natural to me. Look at that. Here's an old photo from the Smithsonian Institute, and look at these standing pillars here. It looks like to me some sort of pillar from houses or museums or something. And again, look at this. It's like a block of house. I mean, this is just amazing. Look at that. Do you really think that this was natural? You know, I can see, I can feel it, that this was a cataclysm. They just nuked them with something, some sort of free energy, and they created this. It was a whole big civilization, a city or some kind of country, and that was all that is left. Look at that. And you are telling me that this small river created all this? Okay, here's another picture from the Smithsonian Institute, and they are holding up a plant that they could not identify. That's what they say on their website, and it is from the Grand Canyon, as you can see. Here's another picture. It just looks too eerie to me. It looks like architecture to me, covered in some rock formation. Oh my god, look at that. I mean, this is just crazy. Look at those peaks. These are like tall houses, tall pyramids, towers, whatever. I don't know exactly, but it doesn't look natural. Just imagine the immense area that this covers. And why is it like that? You know, this was created by the Colorado River, all of that, not just here, not just there, but all of it. I mean, think about it. And again, this tiny Colorado River created all this. Give me a break. And I'm just going through some more photography. It's just crazy to look at that. Look at the colors. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like a bit like rainbow stones. To me, it looks like a lost civilization to me. I mean, this is just crazy. Crazy to even think of this. Ancient people basically buried in a rock or some sort of free energy device, frying them with rock, you know, like maybe it was melting, maybe it was lava, and it was all coming down on them and just covered them all. Here's another one. Look at these formations. Look at the curve here. Doesn't it look like some kind of structure to you? A pyramid, another pyramid, some kind of house or temple? I mean, look at that. Some more pictures here, because I just can't have enough of this. It's just amazing. Look at those curves here and these structures. I mean, if you think about it, it could really be that that was an ancient civilization covered with rocks. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? Look at this. Like a real pyramid, and here are some more. And I mean, this is just madness, how it looks like. And to think about it, this was created by just a river, you know? Just give me a break. And what are these pink stones here? So this small river was carving out all that rock. Right. It's just madness. Madness, madness, madness. Everything is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. They don't tell anything true whatsoever. Nothing what they tell us is true from the mainstream. And here is from the Grand Canyon. These streams coming out of the stone, the rock formation, look at that. How and why? You know, think about maybe they had some kind of canal system, these ancient ones, and that's why the river is pouring through that. And I'm not sure they even know where the water is coming from. And here are some more pictures of that. I mean, this is just madness. And again, look at that Colorado River that apparently did all this work. And here's a cave in the Grand Canyon, but I think this is not the Kincaid Cave. Now I want to talk to you the Mesa Verde National Park. One of the Utah tribe members said the following. Deep in that canyon and near its head are many houses of the old people, the ancient ones. One of those houses, high in the rocks, is bigger than all the others. Utahs never go there. It is a sacred place. If you haven't gotten already, get your merch. And also I have merch for Fake History of America. I'm going to show it on the screen here. So this is the Cliff Palace from the Mesa Verde National Park. And this is what the Native American Indian was talking about. The big house at the top of the cliff. Look at that. And who were these ancient ones who were living here under the rock? And I mean, this doesn't look like particularly a Tartarian architecture, but fair enough, I think it was quite a good one. It is still standing. But why did they left and who were they? Here's a cave painting from the area. Look at that. It looks like UFOs or aliens to me. And what are these odd circles here? What is this? But look at these horns of the aliens and their large eye sockets. What on earth? And maybe this is a fascist, I'm not sure. This is just crazy. Was it because they were warning us against these aliens that they were taking over the dwelling places and they were the ones who were basically like clearing them off? Here's another photo of that same dwelling place. Here is a vase from the area. And here is the canyon. Again, this looks like artificial to me. And there is not even a river that would have made this. I think this was a blast of some sort or some kind of melted rock falling on the society of these ancient people. Another look at the area from 1891. And here's another part of the same construction. And here are some cave carvings. Look at that. Why did that person put up his hand there? Maybe they were arrested by these aliens. I don't know. There is a dog. Here's another picture of the architecture and from an aerial view. And this is called the Sun Temple, again from the same area. The next thing I wanted to show you is the Bears Ears National Park. And look at that. Does it look natural to you? Because it doesn't to me. It looks like two pyramids here, covered in mud and rock. Here's another view of the Valley of the Gods from the Bears Ears National Monument, San Juan County, Utah, USA. And look at that. What if this was a whole civilization, several cities here, all covered in mud, dirt and stone. Here's another picture, and if I zoom in we can see that there's a fence. So they definitely want to keep people out so that you don't go there and you don't find out what they are hiding there. And what I also noticed if I zoom in is that there is this electricity pole, and it is a little bit weird to me because there are 3 electricity poles standing here. I don't know if that's usual because on the other side there's these 2 poles and across the other pole, but this pole doesn't look like the other one on the right side. So let me know if this is usual. Maybe it is, I just don't know about it, but it looks to me a little bit weird. In the next picture we can see a cave dwelling, and I think this confirms that this place was indeed inhabited. Again, look at that view. Imagine that these are cities covered in mud, dirt and stone. Again, another view of the 6 shooters, and again here is another monument. Looks like some sort of structure covered in mud. Doesn't look natural to me. And here's another dwelling place in the rock. So who were these people and who killed them? who wiped them out and why did they had to go. The next thing I want to show you is the Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument in New Mexico, USA. Again, people decided to dwell in the rocks and they built their dwelling places there. Why? It looks like they are going up. So maybe they were hiding from a flood or some kind of cataclysm. They were definitely escaping from some sort of enemy, it looks like to me. Next up is the Montezuma Castle National Monument. And look at that. Again, people deciding to go up and live in the rocks. I mean, does it look real to you? I don't think it is like that actually. It looks like to me that these are some remainders of the falling rocks on them. Whether it was melted or dustified or whatever it was. But it looks like to me people wouldn't be climbing up to live in these areas. I think this was all covered up. Look at that. How would you actually access this, you know, like daily going up here to live? I mean, give me a break. This is a clear proof for a civilization reset. Who were these people? What did they know? And why were they wiped out? This is an old picture from 1887 from the same area. Look at that. Another picture from 1935. And here is the excavation and you can see that people needed 3 ladders to access this. So you tell me that these people built these houses in the caverns of the rocks and they used some kind of ladder system just to go up and down, you know, daily and bringing up their food. I mean, give me a break. This is a cover-up for sure. This is the Tonto National Monument from Arizona and look at that again, people deciding to live in the caves. Why? Why? And thinking about Arizona, many places are these desert rocky places and I think again it gives us a clue to why, because I think it was part of a civilization reset. They were covered in mud, dirt and stone. These are one of the rare buildings that were left. Here's another view of the building. Look at that. You can see different pictures of the architecture here. Here's another one. And they also found these pottery. Next up is the Wapatki Monument, National Monument in Arizona. And look at that. You can see this monument left here in the middle of nowhere. You can see nothing in the nearby. So why is this in the middle of nowhere, this structure? That's my question. You see, there's nothing in the area, only this monument. So who were these people living here and why? Here is some kind of communal area. And again, I think this is just part of the cover-up. And this was just dug out recently. Another picture showing this architecture and nothing in the nearby. Does it really make sense to build this structure in the middle of nowhere? And here is the communal area. This video wouldn't have been possible without your support, so thank you very much for supporting my channel. You can support my work by ordering from my merch store, from my wall art store, or donating to me through my website. All the links will be in the video description below. Have a wonderful mudflood day, hopefully without any civilization reset upon us, and see you on the next video.